like he's a complete moron. Like he got drafted later in the draft. He came on as a Warriors player, like seemed to really, be growing as a player. He was instrumental in the championship season. And then he came back, and we know he had the Draymond punch, but he wasn't very good last year.
Right.
And he wasn't very good late when it mattered.
Right.
And he got his bag, and they got rid of him. I mean, why would a team get rid of a 23-year-old guy who should be on the rise in his career when they have an aging core?
Right.
You have to be an asshole.
And it's another situation where with the same with James Harden where you say things that you're not supposed to say those things out loud because it means that you're an idiot. So he goes, I already got my ring, so now I'm playing carefree. What are you talking about?
That's what I was getting to next, is he goes to Washington, who's not a very good team, but it's a relatively young team. And if you are that guy, if you felt that the Warriors relying on Steph and these other guys, it didn't let you grow.
Right.
It didn't let you get outside the pot and be all you could be. Like, you come, you ball, you do everything you can to make Washington kind of a little bit of a contender of maybe just to make the playoffs. I'm not saying championship. But no, this guy goes over there and is talking like he's a 36-year-old guy. Hey, I've got my ring. I just want to, wind down the rest of my career and have some fun. Like, dude, you are an idiot. You are exactly what basketball does not need.
Right. And I think the way he's carrying on and the way he's playing, it's obvious. Oh, that's why Draymond punched you.
Yes,
it was a combination of, sure, you had things going on at home and you were saying certain things, but it's really because you think that you're bigger than you actually are. Yeah. And there's nothing more annoying than somebody who's not as good as they think they are.
Yeah. Well, two things, and we mentioned it with the Rudy Gobert thing, but I remember saying it when that punch happened. The most telling thing to me is that Draymond, this is the Jordan Poole incident, was kind of essentially at the corner or 3-point line of the court, walked with bad intentions, 20-plus feet to where Jordan Poole was, and punched him. Not one Warrior.
Nobody flinched.
Moved that way and pretended to want to get in
not
the way.
not even punched him. He was basically knocked out cold if Draymond doesn't catch him.
Right.
So not only people, first of all, they know you, so they know that you're no longer talking. You're walking towards him. This isn't good. You see Steph kind of turn the other way and continue doing what he's doing as if he doesn't see what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of like you deserve that ass whooping, and we are all here for it.
Yeah, I that was my conclusion. You were so annoying, nobody cared to stop that, and I think that was essentially what it was, and it's unfortunate that a talented guy, again, coming into what should be his prime, has already basically lost the plot of what it means to be a high-level NBA guy.
Right, and I think there's something that happens in professional sports, NBA, NFL, MLB. If you have an unorthodox kind of a game, you'll win a year or two, and then the league will figure you out.
Oh, okay.
And so you have to work hard and continue to progress, or you will, because now Jordan Poole he won't be starting in a year or so.
He's basically gone from rising potential star, I'm not saying superstar, to basically being Nick Young.
Right.
That's what he's on a track to do now, is be a guy that has some talent, but he's a complete clown.
Right.
And is just gonna cycle through a handful of teams and occasionally put up a good game, but more often than not make a fool of himself.
Because he was trending. He was trending where Austin Reeves is trending, or was trending last year, And Austin Reeves kind of balanced out, and people kind of see what he is, and they've accepted it.
Yeah.
But they were both trending to a point where the fringe all-star starter to
Yeah.
franchise player.
Yeah, this guy's got some talent. Like, where does this go? That was
Right.
like that. The championship year with the Warriors, that was the question. This guy
Right.
could do some stuff. Where does this go? Does the Warriors get passed to him at some point, or does he get impatient and leave to go to a team where he can, be all he could be, for better or worse, like the way James Harden did? And here we are. He's been traded. He's playing like a clown, and I think he's close to shot.
Yeah, and that was the comparison. He's gonna go there and do what James Harden did. I don't think he's as talented as James Harden.
No,
I think that he in his mind was just as good as Steph Curry.
Yeah,
And then that started to be poison because he's clearly not, and it's interfering with how we play basketball.
yeah. There's a fine line in these things. When you are when you're like, I want to say like close, when you're around somebody and you can do some things on your own, you can maybe match him in some areas. It can give you a false sense of what you are and what they are.
Right.
Because that difference, what makes the difference between Steph, what makes the difference between all the elite guys and the other guys, isn't in the flashes.
Right.
It's in the consistency of it.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, you and I could look exactly the same for a week.
Right.
But guess what? In week 20 of this NBA season, I'm still going to be Steph Curry, and
Right.
you're going to be in a shooting slump and haven't hit a 3 in 2 weeks.
Right.
But that's the difference between these guys. It's like, you can run with me for a while, but you ain't going to run with me
Right.
for long.
And that's I think that's what people, period. If you see someone doing something great, they will make it look easy.
Yeah.
And then human nature, along with ego, will say, I can do that. And so not realizing that Steph puts a lot of work into things that you don't really, if you're not really into basketball, you don't notice.
Right.
So if you decide, hey, I'm as good as Steph Curry, and you start making turnovers and you start taking ill-advised shots, you go, well, Steph does it. Well, Steph's a 2-time MVP and a 4-time champion.
Yeah.
So when you start comparing yourself to that, I understand the irrational confidence of an athlete. But at some point, there has to be some humility where, like, nah, that's Steph Curry. And maybe I can eventually be as good as him, but I'm not as good as him now.
Right.
Because even when he went over to DC, he started talking like a veteran. Yeah, now I have my team. What? What are you talking about?
Yeah,
Man?
yeah.
You're a third year start player. This is your first year starting.
Yeah, now you got your own team.
You got your own team.
Yeah.
It's like it was like reports. Oh, he flew all the guys out to L.A. and they were working out together.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Okay.
You're not like You're not a veteran
Like that.
Yeah, they're gonna give you the keys, sure, but it's a rebuilding team, so those keys can be taken quickly. And right now, I think he's averaging like 19, 18.
Yeah, it's not even had like a significant uptick
Right.
in his personal,
Right.
contribution.
Because people were projecting he'd be at 26, 27 points a game.
Yeah, you'd figure they don't have a ton there. He'd
Right.
have all the opportunities he wants, and even if the thought is even if the team didn't necessarily succeed much on the court, that individually
He'd
would
have
shine.
a shining season.
And he's not even doing that.
Right.
And I think that it's just revealing of who he is.
Right.
Now, can he change? I'm not a big change guy.
Right.
I doubt it.
And I don't, because he was already trending down in year 2.
Yeah.
And there's something. First of all, people can say it was because of the Draymond incident, and even if it was, that's still indicative of his personality and his character.
Yes.
That you would be like, well, I don't care if this team loses, or well, it's just business. Okay, so that means that you can be swayed in any way for any reason.
Right.
So now he was already on the trending down, and what he did well it appeared that the league had figured it out. So how he would come in and be a spark off the bench, he was no longer a spark off the bench. He's taking the same shots, making the same moves, and they just weren't working in the same way.
Yeah.
And so for me, I see what it is. And then when players verbalize it after he left, you hear like interviews with Andre Iguodala, and basically what Andre Iguodala alluded to, even though he was trying to give him praise, he was saying like, well, he'd do something and he'd get reprimanded by Steve Kerr, and his attitude would be like, well, Steph did it, Clay did it, and it's like you don't get those same privileges.
Right. No, that's a very significant thing in an NBA team. I mean, there are literally 2, maybe 3 guys that have license to do whatever,
Right.
And then everybody else on that roster fits into a role. And it's kind of the same issue. Like the Clippers have created a team that doesn't fit that dynamic.
Right.
And as a result, it's unlikely that they're going to have any significant success this season.
Right.